and sit down.
Hey guys, Tim here with the Geeked Up Gaming Review Group. We're going to bring you guys a new video review of Mob City. Basically what you're trying to do is take over family territories, and I call it families. You can call it mobs, whatever you want to call it. I do believe this says it plays 2 to 8 players. That's a lot of families. I'm used to only being able to play 2 to 4 on a lot of deck builders. Other than, you know, Ascension and stuff where you can put them together and make one. But this box has enough in it to do 8 players. So 2 to 8 players, that's kind of cool. It says that it's 30 to 60 minutes, ages 12 and up. It's, I'm sure, small pieces in here. And this prototype, and you know, it looks like a finished game. It's got the descriptions in the back. It's got a really cool, looks kind of like a Chicago skyline. I don't know if that's Chicago, but we can just assume that it is. So let me set that over there. So basically, you're just trying to eliminate players, and it says on the back, or in this PDF rulebook here, which is actually the updated rulebook. I think there's one in the box, but it had some fudges in it. So we got this. It's by Jennifer Duncan. So it's I don't know if she may have done all of it, artwork and everything. I'm not sure if that's how it worked, but if so, then you know, a lot of effort has gone into this game, and the box looks amazing. I'm ready to rip it open and see what's in it. But do keep in mind it is a prototype, so when I show you guys the components and stuff, it is not the finished copy. And yeah, so basically it says you take over business for your illegal operations, strengthening your hold on the city. The problem is, as you grow more and more powerful, you become a bigger target for the other families. It does say families, okay. Be smart, take chances, watch your back. Thanks for playing, and in Bocca al Lupo. I have no idea what that is, but I'm going to ask my buddy when he comes over tonight, because he's an Italian, and I'm pretty sure he could translate that for us. And so I'm going to have him do that. So in my conclusion, I'll tell you guys what that means, and it probably means something like I'm going to ice you, or I'm going to blast you away, or, you know, something Italian gangster. So let's go ahead and go over to the opponent. Yeah, let's go over to the components and check this game out. Let's get this plastic ripped off and open up this box and check out some of the cards. Now we're gonna take this plastic off and show you guys the components. I kind of showed you guys the box already. It's got how many components are gonna come in it. Its contents. Large cards, which are your money. And then you have 100 act cards. I thought that said art. And you're going to get 36 juice cards, 70 hit tokens, and 1 rule book. It looks like that maybe this text here could be a little clearer. It's kind of hard to read. Up here it gives you that it's a deck builder, and you're trying to eliminate the other players, or the first boss with 25 juice points wins the game. You can attack each other and everything. So here are our hit tokens, which are just little bullet holes, it looks like. There's our dice, which is just a standard D6 that's black. Must be a part number, 54, 30, 44. See what's kind of silly. So these are the, what looks like, the item cards. This one says gift, 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 loan shark, casino. So it looks like a little bit of, must be just a blank card. A little bit of everything in the deck. All the cards, not really separated in any way. So what we'll do is we'll have to sort these and put the currency cards together, or the large cards and everything. Here's the what looks like could be the final rule book. At least it may look like this in this format as the final. And they have how to lay out the cards individually, what they are. Stuff like that. And then nothing in the bottom like artwork or anything, which may change. So let's put this paper over here. So what we're going to do is sort through these cards, and the layout of the rule book is probably going to be about this size, but we have the updated rule book in a PDF. So we're going to go ahead and separate these cards and learn how to play the game, and show you guys how to play. We got everything situated and actually set up, and at first I thought this was going to be like confusing and everything, and it's really easy to set everything up. So the easiest way to do it is to set up the large cards first, because they're the easiest to see everything, and then the cards that are also, like this is the 5 large stack, so then this one's worth 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. That's the cost of all these cards. And then you have your 4s and your 3s and the 2s and the 1s. So your goal is to either accumulate cards that are going to do damage to your opponents and try to kill everyone off and you be the last family, or you can try and get the juice cards up here, and the first one to get the 24 points total with juice cards will also win the game. Or you can try both at the same time. You can try eliminating some players while trying to get juice cards, because also when you eliminate players, you automatically take everything that they own as far as the juice cards. So those cards will automatically come into your pile. So killing someone off is not necessarily a bad thing. You do get rewarded for it. I know that there's some games out there that you'll eliminate someone, and the only thing that you're really awarded is that you have one less person to play against. So now you are awarded with everything that they had in juice. You don't get their currency cards or the cards that they purchased out here, but you do get those juice cards. So that's a really cool mechanic there. So purchasing cards in the center, you obviously have to have enough currency in your hand at the time to get those cards. There are cards out here that will attack, there are cards that will defend, there are cards that are instant and that are permanent. The attacking and a defense could be any of these cards. All of them have their own description on there, and there's really too many cards for me to just go through each one and tell you guys what each one does. But the gray cards are your permanent ones, and they'll sit out in front of you, but you can only have 2 at a time. And when having 2 there, it doesn't mean that they're stuck there. You can discard any of those at the end of your turn before you redraw if you would like. And if you have another one in your hand, you can replace one, and so on and so forth. So that is basically all the cards out here, and you can obviously see that these are the large cards, that they're the money that they're worth. And it's kind of cool that they have the large cards and they have the cards out there that are the currency. But you can use either one. Those are obviously less than these. Also, if all of these juice cards are gone, there'll be a cop card. Let me show you. There's a cop card at the bottom, and once that cop card pulls up, and all of them are pulled up, and I think to change it, I didn't see this in the rulebook, but to change it up, I think I might like shuffle the cop card so that only a limited number of these can be pulled. Maybe not with 8 people, but say if we're playing 2 people, then I'll shuffle the cop card and it may pop up on the very first card that it pulls up, where it may be right on top and nobody can own a laundromat. Stuff like that, so it makes it to where you have the proposition to eliminate the other opponent to get those juice cards that you need to win, or if you're only playing 2 people, then you need to eliminate them. I think that this game, they do have 2 to 8 on the box, as I showed you, but then I went and I looked at the New rule book, they are changing that to a 4 to 8 because it's really just looking at it and seeing how it works with the cops and everything else. It would work better with 4 people, so that if you're only playing 2 people, my goal would just be like eliminate the other person, and that would be it. With 3, you're probably looking at maybe eliminating one and trying to beat the other with juice points, so on and so forth. So another really cool mechanic I want to talk about is the gambler card. So say if I wanted to use the gambler card, I could bet all 4 of these. And how that would work is when playing a gambler card, the player places the large cards, which are these, to gamble on the table and roll the die. If the die lands on an even number, 2, 4, or 6, the player doubles the money. If it lands on an odd, the player loses all the money and is returned to the large piles in the center of the table. Big Al's pro tip is don't gamble all your large on your first turn. If you lose, you won't be able to buy anything for the rest of the game. Buy another payroll card first. So, payroll cards are your skim, your fence, earner, gift, and loan shark. So you can use those, and then if you gamble those and the large cards and you win, then you can pull your winnings out of these. That's now I understand. Now I see where that comes into play. Those are only available to purchase. These are not available to purchase because they don't have the purchase token at the bottom. Like this one's cost 5 and that one costs 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you won't be able to pay 4 large for a 4 large. You can't do that. These are for the winning gambling. So that makes perfect sense to me. So now that we've shown you how to set it up and everything, me and Anna are going to play a 2-player game. And I think what I'll do for the juice cards is I'll kind of cut them down a little bit to kind of mod the game to fit 2 players. And I think I'll leave everything else the way it is. And we'll try to at least show you the mechanics of how the game plays through a couple turns. Okay, so I need to clarify a rule real quick before we continue to show you guys how to play. When you purchase these cards, they're gonna, as soon as you purchase it, it goes in your discard. Then when it comes back through, let's say I played this, I'm gonna take 1 large for that card, put it into my hand.
Into your hand?
Huh?
It doesn't go in your discard pile?
No, you get this, it goes into your hand, and then you use it to purchase everything out there.
Gotcha.
And then once you've used it, then it goes to your discard with that loan shark that you used.
Gotcha.
So let me put that large back and put that loan shark back. And that's how that is going to work. And since Anna is oldest, she gets to go first.
I'm gonna buy these and keep this in my hand, and it's your turn.
It's weird not having a deck already over there. I guess it would just make sense to buy one of these.
My turn?
Uh-huh. We also might have changed a rule. It states that you take the card. She played her fence card, which gave her 4 large. So instead of taking a 4 large card, she took two large cards. So that may be an altering in the actual rules, but I feel like
I'm gonna gamble this.
as long as she takes as long as it equals the same amount, then you take whatever you want.
So it's an odd number, so I lose my money.
You lose it. Okay, so I will 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I gotta play the fence. The discard. That gets me. I'm gonna do the 2 large to my hand. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna pay the 7, and I'm gonna buy this restaurant. That's gonna go right here into my pool. I have 2 juice points going towards my 25 I need all together. Put
those in discard. I will keep this card. This was in my deck, so that will come to me. Whoops. Pushing everything over. And that'll be Anna's turn.
Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so fence. Do 2 again. 2. Okay, I'm gonna put this right here. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's pay 7. Let's just go for this again. That puts me at 4 points.
My turn?
4. Yeah.
Take 3 hits.
So Anna played a piece which hit me with 3, and that actually
Does this...
did damage. Yeah, that'll stay over there.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I did not have any payout cards. I have my gambler card, but I'm not using it yet. 2, 4, 5, 6. So for 6, I'm gonna go and buy a bulletproof vest. That's gonna go to my discard pile, and so is the large that I paid to do that, which 4 only cost me 4, so that. So I'll go ahead and take these 2. I'll play those on the table along with my gambler card, and we're gonna roll the dice. It's an odd. I lose those. Those go back to the large stack. The gambler card will go there. I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it'll be your turn. So she bought a raid, which will remove all permanent cards from play and take them out of the game. Alright, so I play my fence card. That gets me 4 large. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is what I have. Let's go. Mm-hmm. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's grab this, the skimming. So that's going to take 5. That leaves me with 5 still in my hand. Let's grab pinched. That'll spend all of it. And now I shuffle all these cards.
Wait, you don't have your bulletproof vest out?
No, not yet.
Oh. 6.
And
I
Anna.
could have killed you last turn, but I thought that you had the vest out. That's
No,
why I bought
it was,
the raid.
It was coming up next, right
Oh.
there. So Anna just killed me
I could
off.
have killed you last turn.
So she wins. So I can see why the 2-player doesn't really work very well. There was no way that I was gonna get to 25 juice points unless I bought the armor in the very beginning and.
I had 2 Tommy guns and 2
2 pieces.
and 2 raids. But...
Yeah, if I'd have bought defense at the very beginning, then it probably maybe have played different 2 players. I think it still works with 2 players. I don't think that there's it's just fast, and it's probably, if one player goes for guns, the other goes for defense, the game may last long enough to get to 25 juice points. So I probably should have thought about maybe, because of Anna's playing style, usually when we play games, I should have probably went for defense while she went for offense. But I don't know. So let's go ahead and jump over to the final thoughts of what we think of Mob City.
Alright, so my final thoughts on Mob City. This is definitely going to be, I hope, a game that is hard to keep on the shelves in game stores if it goes to the game stores. I'm hoping their Kickstarter does really well. The new mechanics in this are just phenomenal. I have not played a deck builder that's like this, where you can actually keep cards in your hand, where there's player elimination. I mean, I've played, okay, so Star Realms, there's player elimination. That's the point of the game. This gives you 2 different ways to win. You're either going to get points to win, or you're going to eliminate another player, which I've been waiting for a deck builder to do that, and it was really weird only having those 5 cards in the very beginning, and it's because you don't have cards to draw from. So it was like just different learning the new format. It wasn't very hard. I mean, we learned it just in a few moments, and it didn't take very long. I mean, we opened the game today. We read the rules. We learned how to play it. We showed you guys how to play. There was that one rule that I kind of fumbled and dropped the ball on, where the cards that you get for the currency, you actually get those up in your hand. The gambling aspect of it, that's huge. Where you can actually try to double up your currency so that you can buy something, and me and Anna both actually lost. She only lost 1, I lost 2. But you can actually like double your currency. That's such a cool way to be able to make more money. And I think it was really cool that they actually called it large instead of like cash or money or whatever. They made it really the theme all around, the whole the mob and everything else. It's kind of cool, and I was really impressed, and I wasn't expecting this. I was contacted, and they said it was Mob City, and I love mafia characters, and Al Capone and Bugsy and all those guys. I kind of like that history and everything, and then I was contacted, and I was really excited to see something of a mafia aspect. I mean, I've played Deadfellas, but this had like a deck building aspect to it. It had the kill off your opponent aspect to it. It had pretty much everything that a mafia family would be doing. They're either trying to eliminate their competition, or they're just trying to be overpowering inside of the city. And I know that the game is really short with 2 people, but I still enjoyed it. I think that if we maybe mod some of the variances, then that would be really cool. Like, I thought about taking all of the juice cards and like just shuffle them up in a deck, and then just be 5 random cards, so they could all be only worth 2, or they'll be all high amount cards. Or I thought about taking the cards and stacking the 10s on top, where you had to buy the most first, because that would be the hardest currency to get to. Because I noticed that I could have kept going and buying the other ones, but with shuffling all the cards with the cop cards, that would make it a little different. So, like, say, I don't know, if a cop card pulls up, whatever card was next after the cop card, then we would just pull all those. But that's just me maybe modding it for a 2-player game, somehow making it work for 2 people, because me and Anna, we play games all the time, and we try to make games that are 4 or 3 players work as 2 players. We've done a lot of reviews where we've tried to get those games to work as 2 players. Some of them they just don't, but I think this one can definitely be house ruled enough to where we can make it work for 2 people. I do think that making it 4 to 8 people definitely is the correct move on this. Not letting it be 2 or 3 players, but definitely saying 4 to 8. I think they could probably get away with 3, but I think 4 would definitely make it very competitive, make the game actually last the 30 to 60 minutes. But all overall, it's a really fun game. I'm really excited and really glad that we were contacted to do the review. That's basically all I have to say about it. Is there's a lot to do in the game. We didn't get really to do a whole lot because there was only 2 of us. But it was worth doing. It was worth taking a look at it, and I hope that this game really does really well. So that's my thoughts on it. Anna feels the same way. She said that we think that we should get more people over and play it. So this next coming Saturday, a week from today, we will actually be playing this with more people, and we'll just tweet out or something saying, yeah, it definitely was a lot better with more people and everything. And so that's all I have to say about it. So I'm Tim, the Geekedupgaming Review Group, and this is Mob City by Jennifer Duncan, and you can follow their Twitter at univsgames. If you just put UNI, it's the only tag that's got the UNI, so they should pop up very very top. That's how I found them on Twitter, and yeah, I really like this. And even if they don't upgrade any of the components, it's could use maybe a little bit more flavor, but I think for what it is, it's very neat and cleanly done. I mean, if they took the black images and just put pictures in there, that would work. So I'm gonna stop there. I could probably go on and on about how great this game is, but if you guys back it on the Kickstarter, which I'm not sure when they're launching this or if it's already over or anything like that, I don't really remember when they were going to do that, but this is definitely a game worth grabbing. So if you want to know what's on Kickstarter, send them a tweet at univsgames. And they've also got their own website, univsgames.com. You can go there, and probably they have a contact form, I'm sure, somewhere on their website. And get in contact with them. If you have any questions that you would like us to get in contact with them, maybe we can get some more feedback faster. I'm sure you guys could get it just as fast as we can. You guys can tweet us at Geekedupgaming and the number 1. You can also follow us. Well, you can follow us on Twitter, and then you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. The more subscribers, the more our word gets out there about indie games. And don't forget to also follow Indie Game Allies. They've been a huge supporter for the Geekedupgaming review group, and we appreciate all the time that they've given us because we had some technical difficulties and malfunctions and stuff. But we're back online, obviously, and we're good to go. So we're going to bring you also another review of a game later, hopefully this week, called Mafioso, which is another Mafia game. And I feel like the theme is just rolling, so I'm going to try to find some more companies that are making some Mafia games and get my fix. And try to make some money and take some people out and all that stuff. Alright, so I'm Tim, the Geekedupgaming Review Group, and this is Mob City. Go out there and make that large.
Shut up and sit down.